everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. This video is so overdue. I feel like I have been promising this video to some of you for years. I have never done a makeup collection video before, so I'm really excited to share with you my makeup collection. Today I'm just going to give you a little tour of where I store all my goodies and what I have. I'm not going to go over the makeup that's like my everyday makeup that's in my vanity. If you want an idea of kind of what I keep here I'm sitting at my vanity right now. This is where I film. This is where I do my makeup. So kind of my everyday staples just live in my little drawer here, and I've done videos of what is in my vanity drawer before, so if you want to check that out, I will link to one of those videos in the description box. But this video is going to be about where I just store and how I organize everything else, which actually lives right behind me in this bookshelf. This is an IKEA Billy bookcase, probably the most showcased piece of furniture on the internet. It is great. It is extremely versatile. There are so many cool hacks that people do with these cabinets as well. And I've had this for the last 3 years, and I'm very lucky to have the space to be able to organize things the way that I'm organizing now, and it's something that I'm really happy with. And certainly that hasn't always been the case. You know, in previous living situations, I didn't always have the space. I have, had stuff just in various makeup bags or in the bathroom, in my bathroom cabinet, or in 2 drawers in my bedroom. I would eventually like to find a vintage bookcase, but I've yet to find something that is, that meets my needs. And I really love the Billy bookcase. I like that I can display some of my favorite objects there, and the room is enough for me to store everything I have. I mean, I've been kind of collecting makeup and talking about it online for the last 10 years. I definitely have more makeup than the average person, and I am kind of actively working to downsize it in time, but I truly love every single piece of makeup that I own. I don't want to let anything go, and I don't want to be wasteful and just, throw stuff out that's perfectly fine that I love in the garbage just for the sake of being a minimalist. So I'm just kind of straddling both worlds, accepting that I have too much, but also actively working to go through what I have and slowly making my way towards a slightly more condensed collection. I'm going to shut up now and let's just show you the good stuff. I feel like I'm Vanna White about to reveal the letters on Wheel of Fortune. All right, so let's get started with the top shelf. Over here, I have some of my fragrances. Moving on, we have lip liners. These are all my lip liners, and in the back here, I've got some eyeliners, and I kind of have them grouped by color. So here are more bold lip colors, reds. These are warmer brown lip liners, and then these are more mauvey pink lip liners. I tried my best to keep things organized in a way where I can see everything that I have at a glance, and every time I open this cabinet, I just feel inspired and excited to play with makeup. So this is a little Muji container, and this is where I have all my lip products. And there are 3 sections here, and I have them kind of stored, organized by finish. So the first drawer is lip glosses. So these are all the lip glosses that I own. With lip products, I am especially trying to be more strict with myself and not add any more lip products to my collection until I use something up, because I literally don't have any more room, and I just want things to lay flat so I can see everything at a glance. I don't want to start piling things up. So these are all my lip glosses. These are all my kind of sheer balmy / shiny lipsticks. I do have a handful of these kinds of lipsticks in my everyday makeup drawer right now, so that's why this drawer seems kind of naked, but usually it's kind of filled to the brim. Some standouts worth a mention are definitely the L'Oreal Luminous Coral. This is my go-to summer lip shade, and it's just perfect. I love it, and I look forward to wearing this every single summer. The Sicily Beige Manhattan, this formula, the Fito Rouge formula, is probably one of my favorite top high-end lipstick formulas I've tried. I also love my Surratt lip sleeks. These are also really, really great. Bite Beauty Caramel. I'm still upset that this is discontinued, guys. The bottom drawer is matte lipsticks. So these are some liquid lipsticks and some matte balms. These NARS matte balms are really nice. Some Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, my Armani Maestros, which this is probably my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Honorable mentions in this drawer, I have to give a shout out to Tom Ford First Time. This is another like peachy nude, but this is another one of my all-time favorite lip colors. Of course, my matte Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. The color Velvet Fawn is my favorite nude that she makes. It's a really great nude for my skin tone, and I also love Velvet Dragon. That's my favorite red. I've worn it before and I mentioned it in videos before, but this is Velvet Dragon. This is one of my favorites. And these are some Burberry Lip Velvet Crushes. You will notice quite a few Burberry beauty products in my collection. Burberry was one of my favorite makeup brands, and sadly a lot of my favorite products got discontinued. It's going through a rebrand, and nothing they've launched recently has really captured my attention, and I hang on to my old Burberry products with my life. I love them. So this is the lip product section, and I have a little velvet Lisa Eldridge pouch here. It's empty, but I just think it looks pretty, so I kept it there. In here, this is like a miscellaneous section. This is just a clear container, and I found this probably at HomeSense back when I was in Canada, either HomeSense or Winners. It was great. I actually used to use this in my bathroom. This was a great storage for extra shampoos or body lotion, and I've repurposed it. In here I have primers. Some of these I bought with my own money, others were sent to me in PR. So I bought the Chantecaille matte cream. This is a really nice moisturizer, a mattifying moisturizer. I'm planning on using it in the summer. My friend Becca Sun recommended it, and I bought it last time Chantecaille had a sale. And then my Makeup Forever Shine Control Primer, another product that I love to use in the summertime when I'm a bit more oily. And then here I have some luminous primers that I received in PR. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, YSL Touche Club Blur Primer, and a NARS Radiant Primer. And I'm planning on giving those a try once I use up some open primers that I have. In this little cubby, we have makeup setting sprays. I have a backup of my Holy Grail makeup setting spray, the Clarins Fix Makeup. I have bought so many bottles of this over the years. This particular bottle was sent to me in PR by the brand. It's in this really pretty spring limited edition packaging. This I bought myself. This is a really nice setting spray for summertime when I'm more oily, the Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, I've been using this product for probably 12 or 13 years, and I'm really showing my age here, but love this stuff. And then this I received in PR, again, a long-wearing makeup setting spray from IT Cosmetics. And then in here, I just have, this was like a sentimental thing. At one point, Marc Jacobs Beauty sent me mascaras with my name engraved in them, and it was their voluminous mascara, which did not work for my lashes, but I kept them just because they had my name engraved in them, and to me that feels like such a big deal. So I have those, and then in here I have some fake lashes that I bought and that I've yet to use. These are the Swede Makeup, the Nikki Makeup lashes. And then here I just have some like tweezers, trimmers, an extra pair of lash curlers. Moving on to the party floor. This is where most of my eyeshadows, eyeshadow palettes, and foundations live. And this is why I said I'm on a foundation ban, because ideally I would just like to have one foundation per cubby hole in this little thing, but I have, as you can see, I have way more than that. Not to mention the like 3 open foundations I have in my vanity right now. I clearly have a foundation hoarding problem. But this thing was from Cosmo Cube. It was on clearance at Sephora at one point a few years ago, so that's when I bought it. And I just have my foundations sort of loosely organized by like finish and coverage. So I have the sheer stuff here at the front, and then moving on to more full coverage. My 2 full coverage foundations are at the back. A backup of By Terry Sheer Expert, rest in peace, one of my favorite foundations that got discontinued. Here are just kind of my tinted moisturizers. You know I love the NARS, the Chantecaille. I love the Trini London. The Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, I don't love it. every time I try it, I just don't think it's the product for me. So I might pass this on to a friend. I know it's a cult favorite. So many people love it, but I just don't think it's the right product for me. Not sure how long that will stay in my collection, but I love the Fenty Skin Tint so much. Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, such a favorite. Moving on to eyeshadows, and I love these Refer palette organizers. They have just made such a difference. Before this, I used to just use the boxes from candles, and that's how I would just store stuff. I wasn't able to see everything as clearly. I do wish that Refer made these clear, but nonetheless, they actually fit all my palettes. It's hard to tell because it's black on black. I also have this little Salt New York palette. This is where I just have some eyeshadows that I've depotted. I really love the fact that both my big Pat McGrath palettes fit in this little palette holder perfectly. This is my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, my Urban Decay Naked, which one was this? Naked Reloaded. That's my favorite Urban Decay Naked palette, the only one that I kept. And in here are all my quads. Here they all are. My pride and joy. I'm definitely a quad girl. Please don't let me buy a big eyeshadow palette ever again. In here, this thing is also from Refer. I just have some miscellaneous things that didn't fit in a regular organizer. So my Marc Jacobs Fantasine eyeshadow palette, and then I have this old Armani discontinued palette. I just love these purple colors, even though I rarely wear them. I just can't bring myself to part with them. And then I have this. This is probably my favorite limited edition packaging ever. It's this Clé de Peau single shadow, and it's very old, but I just love it. I think it's so beautiful, and I find it really inspiring to look at. And then in here I have all my my single shadows, my little gems here, and I love the fact that I'm able to kind of lay them all out so that I can see what I have, and that way I'm more likely to use them. Here are some Burberry eyeshadows. I kind of store them upside down so I can see the color name. Then my single Lise Watier shadows. These are phenomenal. These are the dress code eyeshadows. My favorite one is the color called Loafer. This is what it looks like. It's just a really pretty mauvey crease color / one and done shadow. Then over here are my 3 Chantecaille Luminescent eye shades. This is Zebra, which I bought myself, and then these 2 I received in PR from the brand, and I just think they're really beautiful. Zebra is still my favorite. It's a rose gold, go figure. I'm just a sucker for these tones, and this makes a really pretty topper just at the center of the lid applied with fingers. That's my favorite way of applying this. I don't know if you're the same way, but when something has a really pretty pattern, I always try to just stick to one corner so I don't disturb the beautiful pattern throughout the shadow. Are you like this too, or do you just live your life and go straight for the middle? Let me know in the comments below. Over here we've got some cream shadows and glitter shadow toppers. I love these little Muji containers. Target also has dupes of these. I do like the fact that these are stackable, so I just think it's really nice and clean. And if I do end up expanding my collection, which I'm actively working on not doing, but you never know what might happen, I do have kind of room to grow because I can always just get another one and stack them and go vertically. The way I have them organized, again, roughly, I have cream shadows here. I have my 2 Auric shadows, my Tom Ford cream shadow, my Armani Ice to Kill, and then here are like the powders / glitter toppers. So I have my Hourglass glitter topper, my Chantecaille Mermaid eyeshadows, which are one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas ever, my Victoria Beckham chiffon, and then this Gucci eyeshadow. This is another eyeshadow that I'm very attached to, and I kind of keep it for sentimental reasons, but this is from the first iteration of Gucci Beauty when Pat McGrath was their beauty director. This was before Pat McGrath had her own brand, and this eyeshadow is amazing. It's called Oxidus, and this is another one of those shadows that I keep trying to find a dupe, and you'd think it would be easy because it's not like, it doesn't look like the most complex eyeshadow in the world, but I have yet to find something as magical as this eyeshadow. So hanging on to that. Which brings us to the bottom. This corner is not really that exciting. This is where I keep my body SPFs, things that I got in PR or backups of stuff that I use often that I like to keep on hand, because when something that I love, that I use, that I go through often goes on sale, I like to have a backup just in case, like my Zip conductive gel for my Zip device, and you know, a little Shiseido sunscreen backup that I bought myself, and then I have 2 that the brand sent me, and some Aven thermal water. And then here we've got some scratched up Muji drawers. These are my oldest Muji drawers, as you can see from, like, this is not dirty, this is just scratches that they've gathered over time. This is what houses like all my face makeup, really. In here I have my Armani Cushion Foundation backups, because the refills in my shade are very, very hard to come by. It's probably my favorite foundation of all time, so I have some backups of that. And then the Armani Foundation Balm is over here. In this drawer we have all my powder bronzers and highlighters. As you can see, some favorites. I'm sure I've talked about every single one of these on my channel at some point, but here they are. I still have my Becca Capri Coast bronzer. I'm still very sad that they're gone, but gone and not forgotten. And then moving down, the next 2 drawers are my blushes, and I tried to organize them by color. So in this first drawer we have my more neutral blushes, Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy, another product that, you know, is gone but not forgotten. In here I have my Sicily Coral blush, which is, I think this is the brightest blush I own. It's very, very stunning. This is something that I like to wear right at the end of summer, beginning of fall. It just looks so pretty and fresh. And then I have another Marc Jacobs blush, my Laura Mercier Peach blush, Burberry Tangerine. What is this? This is a Charlotte Tilbury Ecstasy. It's kind of weird that I know them all just without even opening them or looking at the back. I feel like this skill would have come in a lot more handy when I was trying to memorize equations for calculus and physics when I was in school, but my brain just did me dirty like that. This drawer is cream cheek products. Here is where I store my Tower 28 cream blushes. I have these 2 products from Trinity London. I received them in PR. I have their bronzer in the shade Gaia, which I have not tried yet, and their little lip and cheek pot in the shade Lady J. Here I have 2 blush sticks that were sent to me by my friend Alana Picurley. She lives in Northern Ireland now, and she recently launched her beauty brand, Pearl Beauty, and she started with these gorgeous multi-sticks. Really, really pretty cream blushes. Also works really nicely on the cheeks. My favorite shade is obviously the neutral shade. This is the one that I've been wearing more often, and it's such a pretty burnished peach color. It's so gorgeous. It's the shade Easy Going. And then this YSL shimmer stick, this is in the shade Light Gold. This is such an underrated cream highlighting product, especially if you're somebody with more oily skin. I haven't been reaching for it that often lately because I've just been distracted by other things, but this is a really stunning, gleaming, impactful highlight, and it never feels greasy. It sets really nicely on the skin, and it's quite long wearing, so that's a good one. And then here are kind of the rest of my cream and liquid shadows. This is where I have all my Laura Mercier Caviar sticks. I have my Rowan palettes, which I really love. Such beautiful, creamy glitters. And then my all-time favorite liquid eyeshadows, the Giorgio Armani eye tints. I absolutely adore these. And this Vesca liquid shadow in the shade Lyra is really gorgeous too. This is such a pretty rose gold. And then this bottom drawer is just some backups of stuff that I'm about to run out of quickly. I have a backup of the Refer brush soap, which I actually would not recommend. I bought 2 of them just because I wanted to kind of reach the threshold to get free shipping last time I placed an order, but I don't love their brush soap. I still think that the Beauty Blender Pro brush soap is superior. That just gets the job done a lot quicker. Then I just have a NARS eyeshadow primer. I have a backup of one of my favorite lip liners. This is Makeup Forever 3C, just because I'm running low of the one I'm currently using, a backup NYX brow pen. This is my favorite brow pen. A backup of Laura Mercier's Secret Camouflage Concealer. This is my favorite concealer for concealing blemishes. And a backup of my Sicily Corrector because they were on sale for like 30% off. And this is such an expensive product, so when I do catch it on sale, I do like to have a backup on hand because this is a product that I use daily. The final corner is just another random corner. Here I have another little stash of backups. This was my favorite brow gel, the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade light to medium. This is so, so good. And when this was discontinued, I went crazy and I bought all the stock I could find. So these are the 3 that have remained. And then I just have a couple of Giorgio Armani concealers that, again, these are holy grail products for me and I do go through them. They were on sale for 40% off on the Armani website. So I have a backup Armani Luminous Silk Concealer and Power Fabric Concealer. I have some extra brushes that I'm not using right now, but they're still brushes that I like, so I didn't let go of them. And then here are all my mascaras. Now most of these are mascaras that I've received in PR and I just haven't had the chance to test them out yet because I don't like to have more than like 1 or 2 open mascaras going at once. So I keep them all in here, and I do have a backup of my go-to lash primer. This I bought myself, the Peri Para Fixer, and then I also bought this Swede Lashes mascara because I keep hearing good things about it, so I've been curious. So that's that on the mascara front. I'll be digging into those when the time comes. This concludes today's episode of Tales of a Makeup Hoarder. A recovering makeup hoarder, reformed makeup hoarder trying to reverse her ways. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope I did not bore you to tears. Let me know what your favorite item was that I showed. Did you spot any favorites? I will be chatting with you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!